So if you're watching this video, I'm going to go over how a new insurance agent can make over $100,000 their first year. Hey, welcome everybody. My name is Justin Von Eigen, and I've made over $1 million selling final expense life insurance 100% over the phone. This is a system that if you follow it, you can definitely 100% make it happen. And you may have to refer to other videos on my channel, because if I put everything in here, it would be like an 8-hour video. But there's other stuff in the channel that I can refer you out to that you'll have to access to really capitalize on this. But I can almost guarantee that if you follow this and you follow every step of it, you will be able to make $100,000 your first year selling life insurance 100% over the phone. Please subscribe to my channel and turn on post notifications if you find value in this. First things first. Now, a lot of people talk about sales where you need to learn sales and learn how to sell things. My opinion on that has changed. So when I got into business, I was thinking of, hey, I want to learn how to sell and really get really good at selling. But what I should have been thinking of is I want to really get good at marketing and advertising. Now, Grant Cardone talks about this a lot. If you don't know who he is, check him out online. He's a billionaire. He talks about how a full pipeline is more important than being good at sales. Because if you have a full pipeline, it doesn't matter if you're good at sales or not, right? Like if you have a ton of people who want to buy insurance from you, it doesn't really matter how good you are at selling insurance, because you're still going to make a ton of money. So when I got into the whole game, it's like, salesmen make a lot of money. Good marketers and advertisers get very rich. They get wealthy. So my approach switched. So now what I recommend everybody to do at first is to get good at marketing and get good at advertising. So the first thing that you want to master before you even start working on the sales process, you want to get good at marketing and advertising through lead generation. Now you can study both of these things at the same time, marketing and sales, but I'm going to cover marketing and advertising first because this is the most important thing. Now, there's two things, marketing and advertising. Marketing, I look at marketing as like, hey, I'm putting my name out there and building my brand. Advertising is when I'm paying to be in front of your face with my product. So I have videos on my channel of how to make ads on Facebook, how to make ads on YouTube. I'm going to be making a video on how to make ads on TikTok for final expense that I have used that I know work. And that's paid advertising. Now, that works, but the thing is when you turn the faucet off, when you stop spending money on it, the leads stop flowing. Now, you can make a ton of money with paid ads in selling the leads that you generate off of those. But if you want a constant flow of organic traffic that doesn't really cost much to maintain other than time, and it just builds over time, then you're going to want to work on some of these organic sources too. So what I recommend is that you use my channel, you learn how to run ads on Facebook. I should probably do a revised video too, because the one I have there is getting a little obsolete. Facebook likes to change their options every week. So then you want to learn how to run ads on YouTube. Then you want to learn how to run ads on TikTok. This way you have a bunch of different sources, okay? I would do some research on SEO, search engine optimization. It takes more work, but look, when you're starting out as an insurance agent, you usually got a lot of time and not a ton of money. So you can learn how SEO works. I would put that as like a project on the back burner. If I could go back, I wish I would have started it. So really what I'm saying is if I could go back, what would I have done differently to make more money? So you want to start learning about SEO, search engine optimization, so you can have a website where people will search for your information and find you. And then I would start a YouTube channel on something that would be attractive to our clientele base. So what you would really do is look at, hey, who's our target audience? How do I advertise that person? What are their interests? What are some things that they're interested in? So you want to learn advertising, the paid ads that I talked about, and you want to learn marketing. Because if you get those things down, then you're going to have an endless supply of clients to sell to. And you don't even really have to be that good at sales, because your pipeline's going to be so full that if someone's giving you crap or an objection, then you just, hey, whatever, I'm just moving on to the next, because I got another lead in the ticker, just waiting for them to call, or they're just waiting for me to call them. Those are important, and you want to learn how all the different sources work, because if one dries up or if anything changes, you want to make sure that you have access to leads from other sources as well. Obviously, you can pay for those things, but you want to learn how to build landing pages as well, which is like a website you go to where you fill out a form for information. Because when you build those, you can optimize them so that the client will have to click to call in to talk to you and other things like that. And it makes it so that your phone can actually receive inbound calls from people who see advertisements online or maybe see your marketing campaigns and marketing pages. So first step, you want to get marketing down. You want to get marketing and advertising down as a new insurance agent. This is the most important thing. I cannot stress this enough. Don't focus on who's got the best sales program out there. They're all the same. And someone's going to argue with me on this, but they're all very similar. It's like, no one's invented new sales. There's no new miraculous sales technique that's out there. Like these people did these things, and a lot of it's biblical too, right? There's a lot of stuff that people talk about, and it's like appealing to people's better sides and bringing emotions out and asking right questions. So don't worry about going crazy on the sales. There's plenty of free sales training on YouTube. There's plenty of free marketing training on YouTube, but don't worry about the sales at first, okay? So after you get your marketing and advertising down, that's when we transition next to the sales side. So when you learn sales, what you want to learn is the sales process and everything around the sales process. So at first we went through marketing. Now we're on to sales. So what I'm giving you actually an overview on is the business process, which is you generate a lead, you sell it, you take the money, you reinvest it into generating more leads, you generate that lead, you sell it, and then it just cycles around. So we're going into the selling part now. The first thing that you want to focus on in the sales process is your attitude. You got to have a good attitude. You got to be positive. You got to be upbeat, energetic, enthusiastic, and excited. If you're not, you're going to have a tough time in sales. So make sure that number one, you get your attitude worked on. You check up from the neck up. And then you're going to want to learn how to properly execute a greeting on your sales calls, a proper presentation, proper fact finding where you're asking the right questions, not only to figure out what the client qualifies for, but why they want it, right? The emotions underneath everything, bring that out because that's really where the sale is made, in my opinion. The presentation where you demonstrate the products that you're selling, and then the quote and the write-up and the negotiation, which is when you give some numbers and you come to an agreement. That's what negotiating is. It's coming to an agreement. It's not lowering your price. We're coming to an agreement. Where you come to an agreement on an exchange of value where they're getting an insurance product in exchange for the premium that they're giving you. So you got to learn that whole process inside and out. Really, really important. And you got to get your reps in, which we'll talk about in a minute. Another thing in this sales process that you're going to want to learn to make $100K your first year is following up with your unsold clients. Mega important. So a lot of agents that I hear, new agents, I listen to their calls and they give up on these unsold clients that are so close to buying. Okay. So if you get a client and they don't buy, there's only a few reasons why you don't follow up. Number one, they don't qualify for anything. Number two, they can't afford anything more than like less than $40 a month. And number three, maybe if it's proven that they already have a massive life insurance policy that's paid up or whatever, and that there's really no need, or they have like millions of dollars, you may not have to follow up with that person. But most of the time, there are situations where people don't buy and you're going to have to follow up. Maybe they tell you they have to talk to their spouse. Maybe they tell you they have to think about it. Maybe they come up with some other excuse. Someone just came to their door and they're real busy. Maybe they don't like doing business over the phone. Maybe it's kind of expensive, right? That's just a complaint. That's not even an objection. So all these are reasons and more why you follow up with your clients. So you're going to increase the amount of profit that you make on your leads by following up with these unsold clients. You follow up through phone calls, you follow up through text messages, video messages, picture messages, direct mail, however you want to follow up with them, depending on what their situation is. But you're going to want to learn that. Now, I took Cardone University through Grant Cardone. Personally, if I was getting back into sales, I would take that one again because it has like everything about business. Like it's the most comprehensive course I've ever seen. There are other guys out there who have good courses like Jeremy Miner. I know he's spending a ton of money on social media right now. I see all his ads. And Jordan Belfort, his name speaks for itself. They all have courses. Cardone University is I think it's the cheapest, and you're definitely going to get the most value. Cardone University literally changed my life. So if you want to get connected with someone who can sell you Cardone University, just reach out to me and I'll connect you with them. I make zero money off it. I'm just trying to help you, and I believe in the product. That'll teach you the whole sales process, and then asking for referrals, because asking for referrals is what's going to help you multiply your income. Okay, and it's super simple. You just ask for it. Okay, so hey, who else do you know that I could help with this? Anybody come to mind that I could help with this? And just go with it from there. And I actually just closed a sale for an agent, and I didn't even ask for referrals. So it's something I have to get better at too and continuously improve on. But if you're a new agent, get good at it now, because that's going to completely change your business, because then you can turn 10 leads into 20. You can turn 100 leads into 200. And then you cut down on the money that you're spending, and you cut down and you maximize your ROI. If you can turn one client into 3 from asking for referrals, it's an absolute no-brainer. Not everyone's going to give you referrals, but a lot of people will. So that's super important. Next, you want to learn how to keep in touch with existing customers. So we have a lead. We generated a lead through marketing and advertising. We brought them through the sales process that we learned, and they're sold. You want to keep in touch with them. So 6 months in, every 6 months you want to call them, or on their birthday. Okay. So you want to call them on their birthday and try to upsell them, or 6 months into them having a policy, right? You do a policy review, a 6-month review, and then you try to upsell them and sell them more coverage, okay? And ask for referrals again. So there's a big chance that you will be able to sell those things, sell them additional coverage, which will greatly increase the ROI that you're having. We have our biggest weeks when we call our existing client base. Nobody believes it, but it's like massive, because you have no idea how much money you left on the table the first time around. And you may not be thinking that. And actually what we've done is we've given like one agent's existing book of business to another agent, or that they'll swap, right? Two agents will swap books, and then they'll have a ton of sales, way more sales than if they called those people themselves, because they're sold on the idea that that person doesn't need coverage anymore. But you want to make sure you're doing this every 6 months, because there are a lot of people out there that have more than one policy, and there's a chance that if they spend $100 a month for $15,000 in coverage, they're kicking themselves in the butt because they're like, dang, I should have just spent that, like, one whatever for $20,000. So follow up with your existing clients. Put reminders in your calendar or on your phone or wherever it is in your CRM, whatever it is that you have to do. Put reminders to follow up with your unsold clients on their birthdays in every 6 months. For following up with unsold clients, I would call them every day and text them every day. You can even call them twice a day and text them once a day if you'd like. But calls and texts, super, super important. So all this sounds good, but if you don't do it, it doesn't matter. Right? So if you don't go learn the marketing, it doesn't matter. If you don't go learn the sales, it doesn't matter. And if you don't go actually do them, it doesn't matter either. So I need you to actually commit to doing this. So you have to commit to following these steps. If you follow this stuff and you follow the material that's in my YouTube channel, you're going to learn how to make a ton of money doing this. Your leads are going to be way cheaper. You're going to have higher profits, and your activity level is going to be high, which is what I'm getting to now. You got to work 10 hours a day. At least 5 days a week. I would do it 6 days a week starting now. I'd work 10 hours a day, 6 days a week. If you can't do that, maybe you're not built to make 100 grand your first year selling insurance, but you can give it a shot working 10 hours a day, 5 days a week. You can't put at least 50 hours of work in a week. You're not going to make 100,000 your first year in profit. I'm not saying cash flow, right? Because you may have people at your IMO who had 250,000 in deposits last year. Yeah, well, who cares? Like, how much money did you spend on gas, fixing your car, your leads, chargebacks, right? The whole amount. How much do you owe the carrier? So, like, you know, what's the tax statement at the end of the year? How much did you pay tax on? That's the most important thing. So I'm talking like you're gonna pay tax on 100 grand. That's what I'm trying to get out of this year. So you got to be putting that in. And so what this really is going to require is not only that you're working that much, but you're putting time into your personal development and your learning too. So if you're doing like 9 solid hours of work every day, you better have an hour or 2 of personal development. I count that as working. So you want to have, it's AUK time, acquiring useful knowledge. It's not learning. I call it acquiring useful knowledge. Super, super important. Okay, so you want to learn sales training, marketing and advertising training, and also leadership training. I want you guys to learn leadership training because I want you to make 100 grand your first year, and then I want you to move into being an agency builder and growing further after that. All right? So do leadership training as well, because the first person you have to lead is yourself. So you have to be a good leader to yourself before you can be a good leader to other people. Now, not every top producer is going to be a good leader. That just is what it is. But if you can learn, it's a skill, and I think it's useful learning. With that being said, I would think of recruiting from the perspective that you should only recruit someone if they are like really close to you and you know they're a hard worker and they're like fully committed, because you do not want to have any roll-up debt and chargebacks affect your income throughout this. So look, this is a super simple formula that you just wash and repeat. It's the business cycle. Learn marketing and advertising so you generate a lead. Sell the lead. Take the money, reinvest it back into marketing and advertising, sell more leads. So this business is literally a money machine. Spend money on leads, you make the sales, you make more money, you spend money on leads, you make the sales, you get more money. If anybody says that this business is not about leads or the leads don't matter, that is the biggest crock pot that there is, because it's about the leads. The leads are the lifeblood of your business. Show me anybody who's really good at selling with no leads, and I promise the person who's terrible at selling with a ton of leads makes way more money than them. It's not even going to be a question. So get good at getting leads. Get good at selling. Get good at working hard and investing into yourself and learning, constantly trying to grow and learn. Apply these things that are in there. Check out the videos on my channel for a script walkthrough. Check out the videos on my channel for making Facebook ads and YouTube ads for final expense life insurance. Check out the videos I have on mindset and commitment and objection handling and presentations and everything. I got hundreds of videos on here, guys, that can help you learn a lot, everything you need to know to make 100 grand. Invest in yourself. I'm giving you a lot of stuff for free here that I paid thousands of dollars for this. So please take advantage of it. Don't just watch this video and be like, oh yeah, it's another person talking on YouTube like they know what they're doing. No, I got the checks to prove it, and I got the statements to prove it. And I've helped other agents do the same thing. Well, not exactly what I'm doing, but there are people up and coming. I've only been in the business for 3 years now. So in final expense, well, 3.5 final expense. So I hope you guys can apply this, and I hope that you can make a lot of money. That's the goal. That's the whole point of my channel. If you have any questions, just email me at jve@thejve.com, and subscribe to the channel. Turn on post notifications, please. Check out this next video coming up, and this is really, really going to help you as a new insurance agent.